Hello everyone, my name is Vam and welcome back to Zero Cut Profiles. For you, it hasn't been that long of a time, but for me, it has been a while since I have filmed this series. I have been busy getting ready for a big schedule change, which I'll probably talk about at some point. Anyway, today we have one of the many decks from the Hydra Lanar event, aka NR Highlander format, created by Frostbeast and with assistance from myself. We hosted a tournament a weekend ago that showed off a bunch of crazy strategies. This was one of them. This is Frostbeast and the Thingy on the boss stage's Spellcaster pile, featuring different Spellcaster archetypes like Magician Girl and Witchcrafter, among other things. So, without further ado, this card by card is going to take quite a while, so let's get started. If you don't know what Highlander is, you are only allowed to play one copy of any card you play, so that's why each card is only at 1. First off, we have Berry Magician Girl, which on normal summon can search another Magician Girl, which we will get to later. We have Witchcrafter Jenny, and all of the Witchcrafters have very nice consistency options that can allow you to pitch spells to summon other Witchcrafters. We have Nemesis Keystone and Nemesis Flag down here, which are to recycle banished cards and get free resources. We have Dimension Conjurer, which can search magical dimension, cycle cards, and allow you to get spellcasters out of your hand. We have another Witchcraft in Witchcrafter Pottery. We have Ausa the Earth Charmer and Dark the Dark Charmer, which you'll see why later. We have Witchcrafter Petore, Nemesis Umbrella, Witchcrafter Shmita, Nemesis Corridor, another Nemesis. We have Crowley the Magistus of Grimoires. You can send a spellcaster from your hand or face of field to the graveyard to special summon it from your hand. You can declare an attribute and change this guy's attribute, and you can banish it from your graveyard to equip a Magistus you control with a Magistus from your graveyard, except a level 4 monster. Next we have Zoroa, the Magistus of Flame, one of the best spellcasters in the format. You can target a Magistus you control, including himself, equip it with a Magistus from your extra deck. And if it's equipped with a Magistus monster card, you can special summon a level 4 spellcaster from your hand or graveyard, except another copy of itself, but its effects are negated. This can allow you to cycle into level 4 Exceases or level 8 Synchros, depending on the situation. We are not playing any level 8 Synchros. We have Riliona, the Magistus of Vare, which allows us to search Magistus spell and trap cards, or return banished level 4 lower spellcasters to the graveyard. Great cycling ability. We have Endymion, the Magistus of Mastery. You can target a Magistus monster you control, equip it with a Magistus from your extract. You can target a face-up spell you control and destroy it, and if you do, draw a card and mulligan effectively. Endymion is another great consistency option because that face-up spell can be whatever you equipped to himself. We have DDM, Different Dimension Master, which can pitch a spell to revive a banished monster. It is a tribute monster. We have Kiwi Magician Girl, which is the search off of Berry Magician Girl, and allows you to special summon thanks to Berry's effect. Next we have Witchcrafter Edel, another high level monster that can do similar things. You can tribute and revive spellcasters. We have Awakening of the Possessed, Nefarious or Archfiend, which takes an earth and a spellcaster monster, but it has great revival and can be very helpful. We also have Awakening of the Possessed Gigabyte, an Awakening of the Possessed Razan Ryu, and Orbital Hydralander. Each of these awakenings have great effects and are only supplemented by the Charmers existing. Next we have Magic Gate of Miracles, a very funny card. If you control 2 or more defense position monsters, spellcaster monsters, my apologies, target an attack position your opponent controls, change it to defense, and take control of it permanently, and it can't be destroyed by battle. You can also just link off the monster and use it for something like a Pit Knight early. We have Witchcrafter Holiday, which is a Witchcrafter reborn that is also a Witchcrafter spell that can constantly be added back. A Magistus Invocation if we do want to make the Iwas and steal our opponent's monster with it. Bound Wand is a nice way to protect our spellcasters by allowing it to revive themselves. Parasomnia Pillow is removal. It gives us a token. Magician's right hand negates spells, left hand negates traps. By Street is a great Witchcrafter protection. Magical Dimension to work with Dimension Conjurer. Draping and Unveiling are other Witchcrafter spells. Magician's Circle. When a spellcaster declares an attack, special summon a spellcaster with 2,000 or less attack from your deck in attack position. Your opponent can do this too, but unless they're on a mirror or playing spellcasters, they are not going to be allowed to. Paleozoic Olenoids and Dinomischus are great generic trap cards. Unpossessed allows the Charmer monsters to function way better in stealing both Earth and Dark monsters because they can't be destroyed by battle. Time Pendulum Graph protects from trap cards, and Patronus allows you to search for Witchcrafter spells. Next we have the extract. We have Iwas the Magistus Spell Spirit, which if you're fusion summoning it is great. If you're not and just equipping it, it gives your monster 1,000 attack and defense. Then Mannequin Cat is a rank 2 because of course we're playing a rank 2. We have a couple of level 2 monsters. Alchemic Magician is 3 level 4 spellcasters, decently hard to get, but you can use it in certain cases. Number 80 Rhapsody in Berserk is a great generic. Malevolent Sin's a great generic. Ninaruru, the Magistus Glass Goddess, is another Magistus equipped from the extra deck that gives extra attacks on battle phase, and you can detach material from it to target a level 4 or higher spellcaster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Great reusability. Next, we have Exosister Asophiel, which is another great generic, can bounce a card. Code Talker is here as a generic link 2, most likely for things like Magic Gate of Miracles. Cross Sheep, Codebreaker Virus Swordsman, Geonator Transverser, Pit Knight Early, a brand new card that was very popular in this event. Triple Burst Dragon, Power Code Talker, and Berserker of the Tenyi. Now that's the entire deck, so we are going to see how it plays out against anything else in that meta. So let's go ahead and hop into a duel against Numby today. Numby's going to be helping me out with a bunch of videos over the next couple weeks because I am trying to get all of them finished as much as possible and get them all out to y'all. So perfect, we get to go first, and remember, this is my first experience with this deck. So what that means is I may not play it perfectly, but this is the idea behind this series, is to explore what it's like to play a deck for the first time. This hand does not seem awful. We have Magician's Left Hand, which would be great, and then Witchcrafter Draping. We can go Riliona, the Magistus of Ver, and her effect allows us to search a Magistus spell trap, which I believe we may only have one of. Tearlament's Havness is going to be chained, which is terrifying, but fortunately this is an R, so we are not about to get Kitkalosed. It appears that we are playing against Tenyi tier in a way. We have Magistus Invocation, and unfortunately we can't do much with it. So with that being said, we might as well just pass. We don't have much here, and this is the main interesting part of this format. Not every hand is going to give you what you want. In fact, most won't. You have to build your deck around multiple scenarios, 1 to 2 card combos, even in normal situations. They are going to be going for a Hydralander Orbit on the normal summon to link off for a Pit Knight Early, which unfortunately can beat over our Riliona. And this is going to be a very sticky card, because during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was destroyed by battle or card effect and sent there this turn, including your own battle or card effect, you can special summon this card. And that is every turn, which is terrifying, and that also locks us out of our middle monster zone. Witchcrafter Pittore seems very good. What is the attack of this card? Tribute this card and discard a spell, special summon a Witchcrafter from your deck. So we're going to go ahead and activate Magician's Left Hand. We are going to go normal Pittore. Pittore effect. We are going to be pitching, I'm thinking we pitch the Witchcrafter Draping, but I'm not certain. During your end phase, if you control a Witchcrafter monster, yes, we're pitching Draping. So we're going to pitch Draping, and summon... What do we want to summon? You can banish this card into Witchcraft or spell from your graveyard. This effect becomes that spell's effect. Discard a spell. If you have no cards in your hand, you can banish this card from your graveyard. I think we probably want to go with Witchcrafter Edel. So we can go summon Edel, one of our high-level monsters, get the brick out of the deck, and we are allowed to discard a spell, and no, we are not. We are allowed to tribute to revive a spellcaster from our graveyard. There's nothing I really want to revive, at least not yet. So we're going to go battle phase, slap the Edel into the early, and now our zones are safe. We're going to go main phase 2, and what can we even activate here? Banish this card from your graveyard, draw a card, then send a Witchcrafter card from your hand to the graveyard. If you have none, banish your entire hand, which is terrifying, and we will not be doing that. I want to hold on to Magistus Invocation. I feel like that could be very useful for later on. So we're going to add back the Draping, which is great, absolutely awesome. And that Magician's left hand is going to be putting in work for us, stopping back row. They're going to revive the Pit Knight early. Now, we have pretty much gone net even on our card advantage. Meanwhile, our opponent has also done similar. So hopefully we can start pounding in for more damage. I want to keep monsters in the graveyard for Orbital Hydralander. This card is crazy, will probably be banned, despite it being the most applicable card for this format, and that's exactly why. This card is a boss for this type of deck in normal Yu-Gi-Oh! And now it is a boss in every deck. Now we have Magician's right hand, which is interesting. And now we can go Witchcrafter Pittore, banish this card, draw a card, then send a Witchcrafter card from your hand to the graveyard. We can send the Witchcrafter Draping, and we are going to draw Time Pendulum Graph, even more back row cards we don't want. Now we can go Nemesis Umbrella, which is exciting. We have more monsters on the field. We can shuffle back the Pittore, summon the Umbrella. Now we could potentially try to go... What in the world? Oh, we have Awakening of the Possessed Gagigobite. I have never seen that before. You can summon from the deck. When it's special summon, you can send a random card in your opponent's hand to the graveyard. We're not going to do that just yet. So we could tribute it to revive a spellcaster, aka Riliona, but I'd rather get back that Draping for later. So we are just going to go to battle, start swinging for some damage. And sometimes this is what these games boil down to, is can you keep your advantage in one of the most chaotic ways to build a deck possible. So we're going to go main to end, setting that Time Pendulum Graph. We are never going to be hindered by traps at this point. Grabbing back the Draping, which is great for discarding costs. And end phase, they're going to revive their Pit Knight early, which is concerning because any good normal summon can make Berserker of the Tenyi, and we don't have a good way to get over that just yet. We only have one monster in graveyard, unfortunately, and we need 5 for Hydralander. So hopefully we can start steering towards that method soon. Battle phase, there's going to be a trade between the Pit Knight early and the Nemesis Umbrella. Unfortunately, the Pit Knight early comes back. I just figured I'd swing for some extra damage. I had a feeling that was going to happen. So Pit Knight early is going to come out. And then I'm tempted to activate Time Pendulum Graph now. But I feel like that would cause a lot of attention if those trap cards were anything worth chaining. Paleozoic Dynamiscus is always a good one. Not bad. We can even use Draping as a cost. I'm tempted as well to just use Draping right now. Use Draping, pop the... Or no, it doesn't even pop, it just bounces. So there's not much of a reason to worry about this. We could revive the Riliona, but we don't have another target. Return one of your banished level 4 spellcasters from the graveyard. Yeah, there's not much we can do. We might as well just activate Magician's right hand and pass the turn with a battle phase, swinging in for another 500. We're keeping momentum up. That's great. That's always great. But we're not getting too much done, and that's the concerning part, is our opponent getting things done. We're going to go main 2. We are going to set the Dynamiscus, and that Dynamiscus the Witchcrafter Draping can pay for. Now they're going to go Metal Foes Combination, a terrifying sight. Fortunately, we can actually Witchcrafter Draping this. Which is great, except we don't get it back at the end of this turn. We'll get it back at the end of our next turn, meaning our Witchcrafter plays are slightly worse, but I think we can make do. Interesting. Metal Foes Combination negate. What in the world? Oh, yes. Resolves each turn. I forgot it got negated anyways. Pit Knight early is going to be summoned back. And as long as we can keep our opponent off of things to pop for Metal Foes, we can keep them from comboing off. Setting a card, most likely it's that exact same combination. And passing. There's also the chance they may not have pulled a Metal Foe's name yet. There are only 4 and then Summoner Art to search the Volflame. Nemesis Flag would be great later on, but unfortunately not right now. We can, however, go Dynamiscus, banishing the early, and I'm thinking we pitch the flag. Because pitching the flag gives us another monster in graveyard, and while that seems very greedy, and it is, we don't really have a reason to be concerned. We have a 2000 attack beatstick with a trap negate and a spell negate. Metal Foes Combination, and we can go for Dynamiscus. Again, very greedy, but I feel like if we don't do it now, we won't ever. Edel is going to swing in once the Dynamiscus chain is finished. Left hand is going to negate that and pop it. Fortunately, uh-oh, wait, that's very bad. That is extremely, extremely bad. Now they get to summon a Metal Foes from their deck. If they do not go Volflame, or something that can stop 2000 attack, then we can still beat over it. No, they get to grab. I apologize, I got mixed up. They're going to be grabbing a Silvered. So we are going to swing in for 32. We are in a great position right now, but the Metal Foes plays are only getting stronger. And I don't see anything we can really do to stop it. We could actually, 1, 2, 3, if we wanted to link, no we couldn't, that's a trap card, never mind. So we're going to just pass. Witchcrafter Draping is going to resolve, that's great. Witchcrafter Draping is going to add back, which we can hopefully take advantage of that on a next turn. It does not destroy the back row, which is great. However, that Metal Foe's name is terrifying me. Silvered Grab especially, maybe as a defender. There's Ignite Crusader, which is an interesting card, especially in this format. Magician's Right Hand is going to negate it and pop it. Unfortunately, I feel like they planned for that. There's Ignite Paladin now, coming onto the field, 1 scale 2 for another scale 2, and Ignite Cavalier. We do not have a good way of getting rid of these to prevent some sort of pendulum summon, but these are 2 scale 2s. Both of them are about to get popped. Seems like this is an interesting deck thinning method that can search Fire Warriors, possibly even another, yes, another Ignite. It is a high scale though, so we do need to worry about being pendulum summoned on. We have Ignite, we have Metal Foes Silvered, my apologies, and then Ignites might hit the field. There's the Ignite Squire. Now, if the Metal Foes wanted to pop the Squire, that would be another interesting plan. Nope, they're just going for a straight pendulum summon. Summon out the Cavalier, uh-oh. And anything else? Nope, just summoning out the Cavalier. Target a face-up card you control and destroy it. Popping the Squire and setting Metal Foes Counter, which is terrifying. We have no good way of beating over 2400 attack. So 400 damage in. We are still in a very good position. If we can get another monster in graveyard, we can go Orbital Hydralander and take the field. Witchcrafter Pottery is another good card. If we go Pottery, we can bounce that counter. And now we don't have to worry about destruction. We can go Witchcrafter Pottery, Tribute, which is great. Discard the Magistus Invocation. Special Summon, we do not have a high attack monster, but that's not the concerning part. We will go Witchcrafter Shemitah, and now we will Special Summon the Orbital Hydralander, which is terribly exciting. This is amazing for me, and not good for our opponent. We're going to go Orbital Hydralander, sending and attempting to pop the Cavalier. Now we are going to go to battle and swing in for game with the Hydralander, hopefully. There we go! And ladies and gentlemen, that declares the first ever victory on this series. Only took 4 or 5 episodes, whichever episode this is. But without further ado, thank you for watching. This was quite the fun event, and I highly encourage you to go watch the stream VOD over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/VamYGO, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.